is Mamochochi Selialia. It took me a while to get used to that name, but I am now Mamochochi Manyatsa.
What do you do?
I'm a junior manager in a division called IT Governance and Enterprise Architecture. I'm in charge of IT governance and IT service management. We are in a department of ICT, or IT as some other organizations would have it called. But all in all, that is what I do.
When you think of IT governance, what comes to mind?
When I think about IT governance, what comes to mind is I feel like we have to first understand challenges that organizations face, hence why this discipline was born. I feel like every discipline is born out of challenges or drivers in the environment or industry. So the first thing that comes to mind is the dependence on IT. I mean, you go anywhere these days, you go into your banking, you go into a doctor's office, everything depends on IT. So with that said, managers or even boards, executive committees who are responsible for taking care of organizations can no longer just ignore IT. They need to be able to know what is happening in IT. So hence, this is why we have the discipline which now tries to bridge the gap between technical and business, because a lot of times you find that people don't understand what is going on with the technical side. So we need to be able to be that bridge that helps business understand what is going on in this highly technical discipline. The second thing that comes to mind is costs. IT departments seem to be a very high cost center for organizations. Organizations just keep pumping money into IT, probably because of fear. I mean, you think about the Y2K, you think about these days in terms of cybersecurity. Organizations just keep pumping money into IT out of fear, because we're saying, oh, this system is going to break down, or we're going to get hacked, or something like that. But what we need to be able to do is to keep tabs of those costs. We need to justify those costs. We need to justify the return on investment that business is making into IT. We need to demonstrate the return on investment, the return to value. And the other thing that comes to mind, of course, is with the dependence on IT is that comes with it, the biggest business risk is cybersecurity risk. So as much as we're dependent on technology, that comes with its own set of risks, the biggest one being cybersecurity. So we need to take care of that risk. We need to manage it, we need to mitigate it. And the other thing that comes into mind is complexity. I'm thinking about the industry that I'm in, which is banking. There are so many systems, and we keep on adding so much complexity into it. So I think to summarize it is, at the center of IT governance is value. We need to demonstrate value that IT is bringing to business, hence why we have IT governance. And you find that even the frameworks that we have, they are centered around value. Depending on what organizations define their value as, IT governance is there to demonstrate the value that IT departments bring to business. And I should add that this is an integral part of corporate governance. So it's not just a standalone discipline. It has to be integrated with corporate governance. So to summarize it, I would say that is basically what IT governance is.
What did you study and why?
My first degree was computer science and statistics. So that was my foundation. I feel like it determines how I think. And then I went to graduate school. So I should probably mention where I went to school. My first degree was at the National University of Lesotho, which is computer science and statistics. Then I got a scholarship, a Fulbright scholarship, to go study in Florida, USA. I studied information systems. So that was my master's degree, information systems. But beyond that, the learning never stops. I mean, it doesn't just stop with the formal degree. I have multiple certifications, which allows me to do my job as well as I do. At least I think I do my job really, really well. My boss, I think, would agree. I have multiple certifications in ITIL. I have ITIL Foundation. I have ITIL Operational Support and Analysis. I have ITIL Continual Service Improvement. And then the biggest one is COBIT. I'm certified in all of the COBIT certifications. They just brought a new one in. I think they want to just keep taking our money. I have COBIT Foundation, COBIT Implementation. I'm a certified assessor. I am planning to take another certification. It's an ISACA certification. It's called Certified in the Governance of Enterprise IT. I'm also planning to take another certification which has to do with risk and controls. So the learning never stops. If you want to be in this field, it doesn't just stop with formal degrees. You have to keep on certifying, and every time they bring in new certifications, you have to certify again. I'm so sorry. But that's just the name of the game, because you have to keep up with the changing landscape. Technology trends change every day. You have to keep up, and also you have to abide by the code of ethics, because in this field it's all about ethics. So you have to abide by all those ethical codes.
Why would you advise anybody to go into IT governance?
I think it's the continual growth, it's the continual learning, it's the challenges every day. I mean, you go into IT governance and you tap into languages that would not normally be technical. It will not be your typical IT language. I mean, I talk about return on investment, I talk about NPV, I talk about internal rate of return. I would have never dreamt that I would go into such. I am now conversant in risk, the language of risk management, the language of risk governance, risk tolerances, risk appetite. I am now conversant in the language of corporate governance. So I feel like it doesn't just constrict you to the IT or the technical side. It opens a lot of doors. I mean, after this, I feel like I could go into corporate governance. I feel like I could go into audit. I feel like I could go into risk. So I feel like the possibilities are endless. It makes you a well-rounded person, an open-minded person, because I feel like every day I go into work, I'm not just dealing with policy or strategies within IT, I'm also dealing with people. And I have to tell you, that is my biggest challenge. People are the most challenging things ever. I mean, programming, in my opinion, is easy because you're just telling your computer what to do. But telling a human being to change, a human being that has been in an organization for, say, 20, 30 years, I feel like that is the biggest challenge, and also the most fulfilling thing ever when they see things from your perspective. And also allow yourself to also see a different perspective which you were not seeing before. So I feel like it's both ways. Change management is both ways. Allow yourself to allow your mind to change. Challenge yourself to also change somebody's mind. So all in all, I think this is a good field to go into.